Watch Fight Night live from London's iconic York Hall on Friday the 28th of April on Fight TV+.
Every. So ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, official weight on the scales, 9 stone, 9 pounds. He enters tonight with a record of 10 victories, 2 defeats, wearing green and gold from Sheerness, Kent, presenting Martin McDonagh. His opponent tonight, standing across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner. Official weight on the scales, 9 stone, 9 pounds. He enters with a professional record, 6 victories, 2 coming within the distance, 2 defeats. Wearing the blue and grey shorts from Chelsea, London, presenting the current reigning, defending Southern Area Lightweight Champion, Connor Marsden.
So touchy gloves between these two, and we'll have 10 rounds for the Southern Area lightweight title. It's an English title eliminator as well. Connor Marsden will come out of that blue corner, all 6'2" of them in the light blue shorts. Martin McDonagh in the green and gold. And the move down to lightweight from super lightweight from McDonagh, it suits him, I think, looking at him. He always looked like he gave away a bit of size to me at 140 pounds, but he looks well at 135. Nice short right hand there from Marsden. Landed early on as McDonagh was shaping to take an aggressive stance in the early stages here. Boxing as a southpaw, and the first thing he's got to contend with here, Spencer, is the height and the reach of Marsden, which is unusual.
Yeah, it certainly is. 6'2", being super lightweight really is unusual, but Adam Azim showed how to deal with that. Marsden is a type of guy that likes to sit in the pocket a lot. He doesn't really use that height and reach to his advantage. He's a guy that holds his ground a little bit and sometimes even pushes on, kicks on. You know, McDonagh is much suited to the lightweight division, if you ask me. I think he's better here. At this sort of super lightweight division, he's better here. But this is going to be an interesting contest.
A minute into round one. McDonagh just a little bit short with the 1-2 there. He's got to get inside that reach, those long levers. It's not always the case that fighters with that reach advantage use it particularly. I've commentated on Jack Cullen a lot the last 3 or 4 years. A 6'3" fighter who fights like he's 5'6", and absolutely tremendous to watch. And Marsden, I think, may be of a similar kind of ilk.
Yeah, McDonagh getting through with that left hand through the middle as well. Marsden does, as I said, he doesn't use that height and reach to his advantage. He does sit in the pocket. McDonagh boxing out of that southpaw stance can be dangerous with that left hand. As I say, that move down from super lightweight to lightweight looks like it suited him.
Well, he got to what used to be known as an ABA final, now NAC's, but he got stung by a couple of right hands there, McDonagh. Just as I was about to outline his amateur credentials, he got rocked onto his heels by a solid short right hand, and he followed up with another one there, Marsden, and he looks like he might be about to walk onto one here, McDonagh. I don't know whether he's got a little bit buzzed by that first right hand. He tries to close the gap himself there, and the heads almost clashed together, but they were solid shots. His back was to us, but you could tell from the way the shiver ran down him almost that was heavy.
Well, it was just a little dip in the knees, wasn't there? That's what I noticed, just a little dip in the knees. He's got to be careful here, McDonagh, because he is coming in, he's getting success with his left hands, but he's leaving himself wide open to the right hand, and that's the key shot for an orthodox against the southpaw. That right hand through the middle is the shot that has the most effect.
The referee just having a quick word about a touch of holding there, I think. Good left hand there from McDonagh, just dipped away to his right hand side and threw that one just in off the angle slightly and looks to set his feet and do the same again at the end of that first round. And this is shaping up very interestingly because McDonagh, like you said, he wants to hold his feet and throw that left hand, but as he's opening up to throw that left hand, he could get met with the right hand of Marsden.
Absolutely, and on the flip side, which we just saw there in the last 10 seconds, actually McDonagh landed the right hand himself, and Marsden was the one that left himself open, and he got stunned by a shot. So again, no one stepped their authority in that round. Both guys had their successes. Both guys showed their vulnerabilities as well. It sets up for another great fight.
It really does. And there's McDonagh there, just popping out that lead left hand, looking for something, and lands that nice left, kind of half over the top. But there was that right hand that just rocks him onto his heels, and then there was another one just after that. I don't think McDonagh was hurt, actually.
No, I think Marsden done enough in that round. He used the height and reach slightly better, and he landed some good shots through the middle, although McDonagh did have some successes and showed that he can be dangerous with that right hand himself. This is going to be an interesting contest.
Some top boxing men in their corners as well. Billy Rumble for McDonagh, Sid Khan, the Allsfield legend, I'll call him, in Marsden's corner. Bradley Skeet as well, former British champion. McDonagh just planting those feet nice and wide down, looking to try and work the body. There is quite a lot of body to target there of Marsden. And he just walked onto a left hand there, Marsden, as he moved forward trying to land his right. And that's almost the kind of shootout that we've got here. McDonagh wants to land that left, Marsden wants to land that right. It's whoever kind of does it best, who is maybe more composed with it, because he just lost his balance a bit coming forward there, Marsden, a little bit eager with that right maybe, and McDonagh made him pay for it.
He did, and you know, it's happening the other way as well. It's one of those shootouts at the moment. It's a little bit like Russian roulette. You don't know who's going to land first. You can see both guys walking onto one, can't you? Like, both guys are having their successes, but both guys are showing that vulnerability, and that's what's making this contest exciting. We've seen Marsden rocked a couple of times. We've seen McDonagh rocked a couple of times, and no one really taking hold of this round either halfway through, and both guys are having their successes.
Midway through round two, and this is set up so nicely. Just kind of pours out with that jab a little bit there, Marsden. He's always looking to try and measure for that right. McDonagh finds good distance there. He's in nice and tight, but not so tight that he can't work himself. Pulls his man, pushes his man back towards the ropes, and that's clever, because if he can do that, then he creates just enough space to be able to use his own levers, but denies Marsden enough room really to use his. Finds himself on the end of some bodywork there, though, from Marsden. He can't get caught in the middle distance there, really, McDonagh.
Yeah, good work there from Marsden. He switched the attacks downstairs, landed some good shots underneath the elbows of McDonagh, but McDonagh's having his success as well. Just tried to just fell short, sorry, with that left hand. Marsden falling over the back, falling over his punch with his back foot there as well. He needs to hold his ground and just a little bit more.
Left hand there from McDonagh. Made contact with the side of the head, I think. And it's a little bit untidy at times in the second round, but the distance has worked better for McDonagh for the most part. That right there works better for him. He's kind of turned his man off the ropes there, got his arm around him, because he knows that although it might not look amazing, he can get something done at that kind of range.
Yeah, another close round there. Both guys are getting their successes. McDonagh may have just found the range just a little bit more, landed a couple of nice left crosses through the middle. Marsden maybe just stealing the first round, but a similar pattern in both rounds there. Both guys getting their successes. There's the body shots from Marsden as McDonagh comes in. The referee just warning him for pulling the head down there, Marsden. And there we see him just getting caught and just getting stunned there as he come in. That's the danger for Marsden as he lets that backhand go. He allows the back foot to come over with the backhand as well, and he leaves himself quite square, and that's where he's getting caught.
That's the danger. It was a great little replay we saw there, where they're standing right in front of each other, and they're just twitching, waiting to see who might commit first. They're both within punching range. It's strange because at times neither wants to commit, but they both desperately want to commit. They just don't want to. They don't want to signpost it and walk onto one. Start of the third round, and this a real interesting fight. Just signalling there, I think, McDonagh, that he was maybe caught a touch low. Marsden trying to step into that 1-2.
That's where he's more successful, Marsden, on that back foot, keeping the range, because when he throws that back cross, you watch when he throws the back cross, he follows through with his back foot as well and allows himself to come square, and he gets caught with big shots. He's better on the back foot, Marsden. That's where I like him, behind that jab, working those long levers, because that's where he's getting success. When coming forward, he's playing into McDonagh's hands. McDonagh wants him in the pocket, he wants him there.
McDonagh committed there and managed to land a right hook and catches Marsden right on cue there, really. But he did exactly what you were describing. He dips his head a little bit, came forward and copped a couple. Neither one of these two was really hurt at any point, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one did end rather within the distance, because these two, I think, have got the ability to hurt each other here as we head into the second half of the fight anyway.
Yeah, totally agree with that, Andy. I think that both guys have shown vulnerabilities here. When they've been hit, they look like they've been stung. So I think at any point here, any one of these two could get taken out, because they both do make little fundamental mistakes and they could pay the price for that. Great contest, you know, evenly matched. This is all about tactics, who gets it right and who gets it wrong. Nice lead uppercut there from Marsden, but as doing that, he sits in the pocket with his left hand low and gives McDonagh that opportunity.
I wouldn't be amazed if a head clash figured in our near future as well, the way they kind of fall into each other at times. It wouldn't really be anyone's fault, it's just that he tends to dip his head a little bit, Marsden, which puts it on the same level as McDonagh's, really. Good left hand there from McDonagh, just took the feet, took his lead foot off to the right-hand side and caught it perfectly. Nice lead right hand from McDonagh as well. He's a very well-schooled fighter, because he got to that elite level final, he got to a GB Championship final. You know, he won a CYP. He absolutely knows what he's doing in there. He's got the ability to maybe figure this out on the fly.
Yeah, he has, and this is turning into a tough brawling contest, isn't it? Even as early as the third round, it shows you what these area titles, these English titles mean to you. Look at the crowd that we've got here, the fight that we've just seen. You know, it's incredible, and we're seeing same in this contest as well. Both guys really giving it everything.
A little bit messy at times on the inside. Again, the head's almost coming together there as McDonagh looks to throw that left hand and kind of follow it in onto the shoulder.
Yeah, another close round there. Both guys having their successes. Marsden choosing to stand up in between the rounds. I think he's done enough in that round. He got into his boxing. He's done to what he does best, working off the back foot, working well behind the jab, just creating that little bit of space between the two. McDonagh's the one that wants to get in close. He wants to get up there. There we see a backhand and a hook come uppercut there from Marsden, and then doing the right thing, tying him up when they get on the inside. He's much better at range, works the jab. This is where he should be popping the jab, Marsden. There, but you see him falling in. You see the back foot coming round. That's where he's making his mistakes, and if he gets tagged, that's where he's going to get tagged. As he throws that right hand, he doesn't plant that back foot, and that's causing him a world of problems.
So into the fourth, McDonagh, the challenger in the green and gold, Marsden, the champion in the light blue. He won his title against Boy Jones, who we will see in the ring, boxing for that vacant English super lightweight title shortly against Lucas Ballingal. Right hand kind of half landed, highish on the head there of Marsden from McDonagh. He looks to try and jab his way in and then land that left.
McDonagh just starting to find the range with that backhand now. That's the best shot for a southpaw. The right cross through the middle.
Just reached for the left a little bit there. His balance went and he followed it in and grabbed hold of Marsden and it's maybe not a bad plan, actually. Throw that left hand, follow it onto the shoulder. It makes it really hard to counter. But it's a physical fight, this too. I described it as a bit messy at times, and it is, but all of that wrestling and rocking and rolling, physically, it can sap you.
I can't tell you how tough it is. That's where you are really drained, and as I say that, McDonagh come in and got caught with a straight right hand through the middle there from Marsden. That was what he needed just to stop McDonagh piling on this onslaught. That was good work there from Marsden. This is where he needs to be. He needs to be at range. This is where he needs to be popping the jab, keeping it, setting the traps, creating the openings. He's not doing that. He's just standing in front of McDonagh and is keeping McDonagh in the contest.
He is an interesting fighter to watch, Marsden, though. You look at him up in the ring there, he's got these big tarantula-like legs, hasn't he? I mean, his waist looks like it's about 2/3 of the way up his body. He's able to protect that body with his long arms. As I said, there's plenty of body to attack earlier on, and actually, that's not really true.
Yeah, and he does a good job defensively with that body as well. Like you say, he uses those long levers to his advantage. He tucks up very well as McDonagh gets on the inside.
Or so seconds to go in round 4. He's looking for a way in McDonagh always, but when you look at these two in the ring there, it looks harder for McDonagh this fight so far than it does for Marsden.
Yeah, well, McDonagh's got to overcome that height and reach advantage that Marsden's got. He's trying to push forward, landed a good right hook there, McDonagh, but yeah, it's difficult for him because he has to close that gap. There's Marsden again with that right hand, and as he throws that sloppy shot, he falls over the back foot with that as well, something he needs to go back to the gym and work on. But this is turning into a grueling contest now.
There's an uppercut landed from Marsden, and he looked for another one now. I think that was a more glancing blow, but it did get through. And then they both land simultaneously on the bell, and this is a tough fight. It really is. McDonagh, when they're really tight and close and they're wrestling and they're grappling, you would think that would suit Marsden more because of the size of him, but McDonagh's getting some decent work done at that kind of range. But towards the end of the round there, he got clipped with an uppercut, and there were a few danger signs.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, there was a dangerous shot there. You saw the uppercut from Marsden, just creating the space. Look at his feet here. He just steps back and creates the space and drives the uppercut in. See if we can see that.
But he is doing some decent body work when he gets up close there, McDonagh, as well. You know, he's having his... He's more than having his moments. It's such an interesting fight, this. You just get the feeling that something big could come from Marsden at almost any moment.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So into the 5th, they're scheduled for 10. Marsden making the second defence of his Southern Area lightweight title, and eliminated for the English title that is due to be disputed by Hamid Gaz and Reece Mould, the vacant title in Doncaster next week. I'll be there, actually.
Good work again there.
Nice jab that from Marsden.
Behind the jab. He's just finding the range a little bit, starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Double jab again there, and McDonagh just went onto that one and just seemed to see the legs stiffen a little bit there from McDonagh. He's just taken his foot off the gas a little bit and has allowed Marsden to find that space, and he started to control that with that jab. Good work again. This jab's been the effective weapon in this round, and it just seems to be stealing the soul of McDonagh in there at the moment, because the head's getting jarred back and it's not going his way here at the moment, McDonagh.
But he's just trying to grit it out, gets hold of his man again there, and walks Marsden back towards the ropes. These two both look pretty pinched in the face at the weigh-in yesterday. Both look fine. It's hard making weight. It should be hard making weight if you're fighting at the right weight. Not too hard, not impossibly hard, but both of them had to put all that work in. And then when you see them on fight night, it's almost like somebody's inflated them. Just got that pump out and pumped them up a little bit with the rehydration. It's incredible, really. Left hand there from McDonagh off the back of a jab from Marsden.
Yeah, Marsden's dominating this round with that jab. He's doing a good job. He's keeping it at range. McDonagh not pressing forward enough, not enough head movement from McDonagh. He's trying to meet Marsden head on. Marsden's got that height and reach advantage, so when he lets the shots go, it's becoming very difficult for McDonagh.
Landed a long left hand though, McDonagh. McDonagh right into the body, and then moved in behind it, grabbed hold. Marsden, he snatches at that jab. Good left-hand counter there from McDonagh. He span away, and then dipped underneath the right hand and tied Marsden up. That was good stuff.
Yeah, good work from both guys. There goes the right cross through the middle again from Marsden. Just missed the whiskers of McDonagh there.
The straight left hand did land, and then he was looking to go down to the body. Final few seconds of the fifth. Almost at the halfway stage. And then you'd say that Marsden has got his whiskers, his nose in front in this fight, but he's not walking away with it. McDonagh's still very much in there, and you can see at times what the plan is. If you're in that Marsden corner, are you wanting him to do a bit more here?
I'm telling Marsden, listen, you need to keep this long. You need to let him come on to you, hold your ground. What Marsden's doing, when Marsden makes the fundamental mistakes, is when he tries to press forward, he tries to let that right hand go, and you see his back foot coming over his front. He steps around, he loses his shape, he loses his balance. Marsden is the type of fighter that needs to use his height and reach advantage, his attributes to his advantage. He needs to hold his ground, take that half a step back, let McDonagh come on, let him fall onto the shots, create the space, let the uppercuts go, drill the jab through the middle. He'd done it in that last round, and that was probably his most successful round. And all it was success from was working that jab. McDonagh found it difficult to close the range when he'd done that. McDonagh gets into this fight when Marsden holds his ground or tries to push forward.
It's the second half of the fight. Martin McDonagh in the green and gold. He's a challenger. Connor Marsden in the blue. He is the champion. Nice 1-2 there from McDonagh. Holds those gloves up high. Good jab there from Marsden. He has got one. When he occasionally decides to use it and extend with it, it must be frustrating for Sid Khan. I'm sure it has been since he walked through the doors of the gym, that he doesn't use that reach as much as he might. Looking for the right hand, and that one got through. He just managed to tuck his chin in though, McDonagh.
Yeah, you feel that Marsden's just starting to get a foothold in this contest now. He's growing in confidence, he's found a rhythm, and he's found the distance as well. And I think that's because McDonagh's taken his foot off the gas just a little bit and has allowed Marsden to get into a rhythm. He's growing in confidence now, working well behind the jab, whipping the right hands up as well. McDonagh starting to ship a bit of punishment here in this sixth round.
Standing his ground there though, McDonagh looking for the body work. I think the corner might have not lit a fire under Marsden exactly, but I think they have sent him out in the second half here just to be busier, be first more, because at times he has maybe waited just a little bit too long for that ideal right hand opportunity to present itself. He's gone hunting more in this round. McDonagh just sets those feet and lets that 1-2 go.
It's becoming a tough, grueling contest, this one as well. Similar to the last, both guys are now starting to have to bite down on their gum shield. It's been a good pace. And as you said earlier in this contest, Andy, that wrestling on the inside is tough. You know, it saps a lot of energy from you, and both guys have had a lot of that going in.
McDonagh just trying to find some space to work on the ropes over on the far side, but Marsden, when they're getting entangled, a lot of the time now is looking to try and disentangle as quick as he can. I think he's got wise to the game that McDonagh is trying to play there, but there's a nice straight left hand from McDonagh and a long left hand there too. These are scoring shots. The jab comes back from Marsden.
Yep, needed them couple of good left hands there, McDonagh. He just started to lose a grip in this round. I think Marsden's getting the better of the success, working well behind the jab, controlling the distance really well. Good body shot going in from Marsden there as well, followed by the right cross to the head as well, but McDonagh wants to mix it up with him.
Final few seconds of round 6, and it's one of those fights where every now and again it's looked like Marsden might be capable of pulling away, but McDonagh is just gutsing this out. He's a good fighter, a good technical fighter, we know that, but he's just staying in there, staying in there, staying in there. We've got 4 more rounds to go here, and nothing has been decided yet.
Yeah, no one's really taken a foothold of this contest. For me, Marsden, the one, is nicking the rounds. He's doing enough behind the jab. He's winning them. McDonagh's making a great fight of this, and my scorecard probably wouldn't tell that story, because I've got Marsden nicking these rounds and building up a big lead in a close contest, if that makes sense. You know, they're very close rounds. McDonagh has just slowed down a little bit, and that's his downfall, maybe, that he's just holding his feet just a little bit, and he's allowing Marsden to get into a rhythm, finding the jab. He's throwing that cross, as I said, he's falling over that back foot, which is not particularly attractive, not particularly good either. But McDonagh, if he wants to get himself back in this one, he needs to start throwing more shots. He needs to step up the tempo just a little bit.
I agree with that. I think he's just got to go for it now. Good jab there from Marsden. There's a kind of buoyancy about him. His feet are just moving a little bit quicker. I'll be curious to know what they said to him after the 5th. I think they will have demanded a bit more from him. Little feint there from Marsden. Moves in behind the jab, but the left hand comes back there from McDonagh.
Yep, he's trying to force it, McDonagh, to his credit. He's holding his centre of the ring. He's trying to grind it out here.
Looking to the body there, Marsden didn't quite land it. Did that time, straight into the pit of the stomach. Long right hand there, and McDonagh in a little bit of trouble for the first time, maybe, but does the right thing, comes off the rope, gets a hold of Marsden, and he's not going to let him go. And that's what you do in that situation, because he was rocked right back onto his heels there. And a straight right again there, looking for the uppercut here, Marsden. McDonagh has soaked those 2 up pretty well, but we're only a minute or so into round 7, and Marsden has found the target there a couple of times, and he seems to be growing in confidence with almost every punch he lands now. Yeah,
he's getting success, isn't he, with that right hand, Marsden. He's found that range. McDonagh's just taking the backward step. You see the confidence sort of slowly but surely coming out of him. McDonagh, there's not the same intensity about his work. That's where he needs to let the shots go. He needs to find something. He needs to get a foothold in this contest now, because Marsden just getting the better of the 2.
Well, as you say, it's been competitive all the way through. It's been very competitive, and just the harsh reality of how boxing is scored is that it's perfectly possible to lose a really competitive fight, 8-2 on the cards, for example, over 10 rounds, if the other guy's just doing enough to win them. And the referee just having a word with McDonagh now about holding. It's quite a long word as well, so I think maybe that's probably a final warning.
Yep, indicates that something's going to happen if he does that again, that's for sure.
It's all at the discretion of the referee. Left hand lands there from McDonagh. The gum shield comes out. That was a good shot. And it's McDonagh's. I think a left hand from Marsden landed just before the left hand landed of McDonagh. It gives them both a little bit of respite. Aiming the uppercut there, Marsden. It didn't quite land, but we had a perfect view of it, and you could see exactly why he fancied it.
Yeah, it was very close, wasn't it? McDonagh was just coming in a little square, left himself open as he is now. As he's getting tired, McDonagh is coming in square. He's got to be careful of that with someone like Marsden, who's got those long levers and can land those shots. Uppercut goes in from Marsden, but McDonagh trying to turn it around here in round 7.
Well, this is a big effort in this round from both of these 2. Marsden has landed some pretty serious artillery at times, but McDonagh, as I said, all the way through the fight, he's just staying in it. And just gets bundled into the corner there. Marsden looking to land that right hand to the body.
Yeah, another good round, another close round there. Marsden again just doing enough to win the rounds, isn't he? He's nicking them behind the jab. He's setting up for those uppercuts in the middle. McDonagh, to his credit, tried to push on in the final minute of that round. He tried to get a grip of the contest, but there was the story of the round there, right there. Marsden, right hand through the middle. McDonagh coming back with a shot, not quite as effective, but look at that right hand. McDonagh taking that shot very well. Marsden carries a little bit of power with those long levers as well, and it landed flush, that one. McDonagh showing some good durability, but some great action in that 7th round.
Well, having boxed up at super lightweight for a good long time, coming down to lightweight, you know, he's shown a solid chin, McDonagh, because that was a good right hand, and it knocked him onto his heels, but it didn't hurt him. Straight left hand there from Marsden to kick off the round. 3 remaining here. There's been another really good fight for the southern area. Marsden just stepping into that right uppercut, but I agree with the score that you've got written down the way to my right there. Marsden has just done enough in too many of these rounds for McDonagh, who has been in it all the way through, but he's going to need something big in the final 3, we think, from where we are. The referee is the sole arbiter in this one. It's his score that counts.
Yeah, well, McDonagh is 10 out of 10 for trying. He's really been giving it a big effort, to be fair. He's been trying to force the pace. Marsden's a difficult guy to fight, very tall, very rangy. Listen, McDonagh's not out on this yet. As he's pushing forward, he's starting to close that range, and Marsden again falling in with that right hand, stepping over with his back foot. He's got to be careful of that as well, Marsden.
Heads just cracking together on the inside there. I thought we might see more of that, but thankfully we haven't. A minute down in round 8. Just sets his feet for the right hand to the body there, Marsden, and then again just swinging it up from the hip. He's landed that right plenty of times, but McDonagh has never looked like going anywhere, not once.
Yep, both guys getting their successes here. This is where it gets tough. Round 8, second part of round 8 now. Both guys are, as I said before in the previous contest, you know, it's not about the technical side of things now. It's about the mental side of things, biting down on that gum shield. Who wants it most? Who can keep their game together most as well? As the referee takes a point from McDonagh, that tells McDonagh now he's got to roll the dice now. He's got to go for it. This contest is slipping away from him.
He's taken a point for holding, and you couldn't say that the referee hadn't warned him, because he very much had. Just before that, there was a wicked body shot from Marsden, who stepped in and just rammed his right hand, a sharp-looking right hand, into the midriff of McDonagh, who again just took it absolutely no problem. Good 1-2 there from Marsden, and once more McDonagh looked like he might be in a little bit of trouble, but continues to come forward. A couple of lefts land there from Marsden. McDonagh just sets his feet and looks to throw back. Well, he's shown a lot of toughness in this fight, Martin McDonagh. He really has.
He has. He bit down on his gum shield there. He took some big shots, and he's still trading with Marsden. To his credit, Marsden sensed that he had him hurt. He went for it, but to his credit, McDonagh, he come back and showed the true grit and determination of a champion. He really did.
Well, closing seconds, and a few times now Marsden has landed something serious enough to make you feel like the guy that it's landed on should be showing more ill effects than McDonagh is, basically. The kinds of punches that you see put people down, but he's staying on his feet in there, and as he goes back to the corner, he looks a little bit wary as he plonks himself down on the stool. On the other side, Marsden, who stayed on his feet in between rounds, I never really read too much into that, whether you sit down or stand up, but he does look really fresh, doesn't he, with a couple remaining?
He certainly does, you know. He's showing his experience here, Marsden. You know, he's boxed at that level. He took big jobs in the past and may have come up short, but at this level, he's difficult to beat. He really is. He uses his height and his reach to his advantage. He works well with that right hand. Once he starts finding a rhythm, I think McDonagh started this contest well, with the intensity, piling on the pressure, but as these rounds have unfolded and McDonagh's slowed down ever so slightly, Marsden's capitalised on that. He's worked well behind the jab, he's landed some good right hands, and to his credit, McDonagh, he took some big shots there and he hung in there because Marsden looked like he was taking over.
And he still had his technique about him there, McDonagh, to step in and just land a nice crisp 1-2. I was saying earlier in the fight that moving onto the shoulder and wrapping his man up would be a decent tactic, because it makes it very difficult to counter, and he's done that, and I think that's largely why the referee in the end actually took a point, because maybe he did it just a little bit too much. So into the 9th, 1 to go after this.
Good work again here from Marsden, just controlling that space with that jab, the distance with that jab, sorry. McDonagh's the one that needs to close that gap. He needs to be inside, he needs to be up close, he needs the range there, work the body and work the head of Marsden, but he's not doing that. He's just holding his feet a little bit too much, and that's allowing Marsden to get off for those shots, although I did say that, and as I said that, McDonagh come back with a good left cross of his own, but we're not seeing enough of that.
Threw a good couple of 1-2s there and stuck a jab on the end of it as well. Minute into round 9, and a pretty good first minute there for McDonagh. He's just trying to keep that technique together and see if he can catch Marsden as he comes forward, and they collide in the middle there as they both move in pretty much simultaneously. Nice left to the body there from McDonagh.
Yeah, he's having a better round here, McDonagh, isn't he? He's just starting to close the gap a little bit and just getting a little bit of success. Marsden's distance has just slightly gone a lot in the last minute or so.
I think actually the fact that he's got to be wary of holding McDonagh has helped him, because he's throwing that 1-2 and he is moving in nice and close, but almost holding and then letting go and then going again.
Yeah, he's actually working on the inside, isn't he? But as we say, that good work here from Marsden as he forces McDonagh on the ropes, and McDonagh has no choice but to hold there.
Both land again. Solid left hand there from McDonagh as they go back into the ropes, and he's bundled into the ropes there. Marsden, he says that he's okay. There's no knockdown in there. Those legs, though, I'm not sure if they're a little bit shaky there, because there was a big left hand that landed, then the weight came forward from McDonagh. He barreled them into the ropes, so it's very hard to tell
Listen,
whether the impact caused that or whether it didn't, but I think he is hurt. Big left hand there from McDonagh again. 20 seconds remaining in the round. He's trying to line up that left one more time. Everybody on their feet at ringside here in the McDonagh corner, just feeling that they've got an opportunity here, that they've got Marsden going. 10 seconds remaining. He's just leaning in now. They're both absolutely exhausted in there. McDonagh has put a hell of a lot into this 9th round, and that was a big round for him. His best round of the fight, certainly.
Yeah, great round there for McDonagh. He needed that. He landed a good shot, and when they stumbled over, no one was sure if he was hurt or if he wasn't Marsden, but when he come up, I could see the legs had stiffened. He was hurt. You could see that he was struggling with just trying to get the balance right, the coordination back, and McDonagh sensed that. He jumped on it, and you could see there was desperation times there for Marsden, who's just getting his eye worked on in the corner. He's still choosing to stand up, but he's going to need every second of this minute. There we see in the slow-mo, it was a short left hook that landed. It was like a delayed reaction.
So 10th and final round, the referee calling these two to the centre. Billy Rumble just saying to McDonagh there, I'm pretty sure before the start of this final round, you've got to go get him in this last 3 minutes. You've hurt him in that round. You need to go and knock him out, because I think that is how they'll be reading the cards. McDonagh just rips that left into the body. He was on his feet still again between rounds there, Marsden, and I was having a good long look at him. I'm not sure if an awful lot was going in from the trainer there. To be honest with you, it's difficult to take anything in the middle of or towards the end of a fight like this. McDonagh just trying to let his hands go.
Listen, this has all become mental now. The physical side of it's gone. You got nothing left. Big
Good left hand there
the
from McDonagh, straight down the pipe, and that just knocks him back onto his heels again here, Marsden. McDonagh just trying to muscle his way and get into range and just unload here. And the snapper's gone off the work here of Marsden. McDonagh standing in range, on the borderline of range. He's got to land something solid again here and rinse and repeat. Big right hand there from McDonagh. And he's in big trouble here now, Marsden. He is in huge trouble as he sinks back into the ropes. That lead right hook absolutely buzzed him. And McDonagh now has maybe got time to close the show. Just over a minute and a half remaining. What a finish we've got here at York Hall. McDonagh trying to back him up towards the ropes, and he still doesn't look absolutely all there, Marsden. Can McDonagh just find that one more sweet shot? It could be enough.
That's all he needs is one shot, McDonagh. Marsden's legs have totally gone. They betrayed him. He's now fighting on instinct in there. There's 1 minute, 13 seconds to go, and he's going to need every second of that. He needs to get survive here, and he lands a good right hand of his own. That's exactly what he needed there, Marsden, but he is fighting on empty. McDonagh senses this. Oh,
big left hand there from McDonagh.
And he's gone.
And down goes Connor Marsden, and he is out. The referee just getting the medics into the ring. Unbelievable finish here at York Hall. A crunching left hand has taken Connor Marsden out. And Martin McDonagh is the new Southern Area champion. He hurt him towards the end of that 9th round. Billy Rumble, at the start of that 10th, he had his fighter's head in his hands. He was staring him in the eyes and telling him, you've got to go get him. You've got to knock him out. And he's gone and done it. That is an unbelievable finish.
Unbelievable. Out of nowhere, he just fainted with a jab, and he whipped the hook over as Marsden was coming onto it. He walked onto it. It was a big shot, and it took the legs away from him. He was already in desperate trouble. He fell through the bottom rope. What a finish. Martin McDonagh was a mile behind on my scorecard, although it was a close fight, close rounds. He needed the knockout to win, and boy, he delivered it. The corner told him to go out there and get it, and that's exactly what he done. A short left hook, landing flush on the chin, and Marsden was never going to beat the count.
Well, Marsden just up on the stool on the far side of the ring, over in the neutral corner. The doctor's just having a chat with him. He looks responsive. The medical staff are all over there. They'll be careful with him. They'll need to keep a close eye on him tonight. That'll be desperately, desperately disappointing for him. But what an effort that was by McDonagh, because as we were saying throughout the course of the fight, he gutsed it out, he stayed in it, he stayed in it. He was having his successes, and obviously they were just chipping away. They were taking a little bit away from Marsden. But Marsden was winning those rounds. I don't disagree with that card. But McDonagh he stayed in the fight.
He showed discipline, Andy. He showed discipline and showed that it's not over till it's over. I tell you, that reminded me of. That reminded me of when Cole Froch knocked out Jermaine Taylor in a similar sort of fashion. He needed the knockout to win in the last round, and boy, he delivered it. He did not stop believing, and that's what happened there with McDonagh. He did not stop believing. He knew the fight's not over until the final bell rings, and boom, he delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, at a time of 2 minutes, 11 seconds of the 10th round, your winner by knockout, and you, first punching controversial Southern Heavyweight Champion, Martin McDonagh!
What a fight we've just seen. Two incredible fights we've just seen there. A bantamweight
You had a point deducted in the 8th round, I think it was.
Of course, we knew it was going to be a tough fight. He's tall, he's dangly, he's big, he's a big lightweight. We knew it was going to be a tough fight, but I've been in the gym for a long time now. I've done my apprenticeship. I was chipping away, working away, and tonight was our night, and we was coming back champions.
How proud are you of him right now?
So proud, you know, it's been a tough journey, and I've trained Martin for 52 fights now, and we've had our ups and downs, amateur and pro. We've taken 2 losses as a pro, but we built together. And do you know what? Coronavirus done us the best thing in the world. You know, we studied and we worked hard in the gym during that absence, and that's what made him the fighter he is today. He's a warrior, always has been a warrior, but we added a little bit finesse to it, boxing, fighting, head movement, and I knew he could dig deep. And that's what we had to do.
Tonight was special because a year ago, I never thought I was ever be able to box again because I found out I was born with a leaking valve. I had to go to see a heart specialist up in St Thomas Hospital. I never knew what was happening in my career. I thought I'd have to go on the building site and get a job or something, but now I've redeemed. I was in the gym. I had a whole year out. I was in the gym through lockdown. I trained, and with today's the rewards. And we just push on for bigger things now.
What is the plan now? Now you've got that belt, what's the plan?
The plan is to take every fight as it comes and just keep building and building. Take every fight as it comes and push on.
Now, there was a lot of support in here for you tonight. Could you hear them when you were in there? Any words for the supporters?
Thank you very much for coming and supporting me. It's tough, obviously it's tough times out there now. People spent their well-earned money tonight, come here to support me, and thank you very much, because if it weren't for them, this small horse show of boxing wouldn't be possible.
The perfect night for you.
The perfect night. Thank you. I want to say thank you to my 2 coaches, Billy and Charlie. Thank you to all my sponsors, RGE, Ryan Eastwood, Recycling, Sam Westlake and Mr. India, Cyphers. They support me all the way through.
How are you celebrating tonight?
Gonna get a nice pint of Coke. Gonna get a nice pot Coke. Oh yeah, also thanks to my strength and conditioning coach, Jordan Vine, and thank you to Jack Coke, my nutritionist. It's a team effort, a big team effort, and tonight the rewards showed. And we're ready, thank you.
Watch Fight Night live from London's iconic York Hall on Friday the 28th of April on Fite TV+.